Wonderful friends, Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi, and we're going to have Zoroastrian church today. We're going to dive into Zarathustra's teachings, the original religion of the original God that, get this, was just good. This is what sets Zoroastrianism apart from every other religion. Our God was the love without the hate. He was the peace, could never go to war. He could heal but could never send sickness and disease. This God is what resonates in your heart. If you ever, whatever religion you may have been brought up in, thought, that doesn't sound good, that doesn't sound God, something inside of me feels like something's off. My friends, take it back to the original. It'll resonate with what's in your heart, and I'm so excited to share this with you. So we're going to not only dive into the secret of secrets of the Magi, I'm going to show you things that have been hidden for thousands of years, not by the Magi, but covered over by the following world religions, the matrix religions, to keep you bound. My friends, today you can be set free in your heart and mind and body. You will actually experience today a better world. And I'm not going to go through all the testimonies because I'm excited to get to the teaching, but we've got thousands of videos you can go back and watch. And the testimonies of people have told me that they said, Magus, I'm too crazy, basically. They thought they couldn't be healed. They had this sense they were a child, OCD, anxiety, depression. They thought they were literally crazy, and they thought they were too far gone. My friends, they found out different, that they weren't crazy, but the stories they had been given were crazy, and they had accepted those stories. Well, my friends, think about this. If you're told that God, right, the highest principle of good, can get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children, stone your child when they're disrespectful. It was okay in the Bible to have little women, children, sex slaves. The soldiers could keep little girls as sex slaves. They had to kill everyone else, child, baby, murderous, but they could keep little women, children, sex slaves. You know, the story of Jephthah. You want to talk about crazy? Let's just touch on this before we get into this. This one blows my mind. In the Bible, Jephthah is called the mighty man of valor. What does it take to be a hero in the Bible? It says for thousands of years, even after this happened, they still celebrate him every year, Jephthah. What do you do in the Bible to get celebrated every year for thousands of years? I'll tell you. He told Jehovah, if I go in and kill the men, women, children, bring back all the spoils, I'll sacrifice the first person that walks out of my home as a burnt offering to you. He goes in, he kills men, women, and children. We read that and just kind of gloss over it, but what would that look like? To see a mother holding their child and run them through with a sword, and the crying and the pleading and the pain, my friends. We just gloss over that, but they're calling that God. Then he gets home, victorious, if you can call it that, and his daughter walks out, it says, and she even had like tambourines, and she's singing, daddy's home, right? Slits her throat and burns her to Jehovah. They're calling that God, and you wonder why you feel crazy. And then if you question it, they tell you blasphemed. You're going to be separated from God. You're going to go to hell and burn on fire forever. That's a lie, my friends, but people believe it because they were raised as a child. Mom and dad said it's true. Grandma and grandpa, society, the government, the priest that's supposed to represent God. My friends, if people are living in a hell in their own mind, and they're depressed and they think they're crazy, but as soon as they remove those stories and those lies, they realize they're not crazy. My friends, they're perfect, just the way the perfect creator with his perfect mind created them. Now let me touch on this because this is going to help. You're going to love this church service today, guys, if you want to call it that, fire temple. We're going to talk about the fire too, my friends. It burns away that lie and illusion. Think about this though. So look at this. You might be thinking, Magus, maybe I don't feel like the perfect creator's perfect idea from his perfect mind. You knew that before you even came into a body. You know, our scripture talks about that we stood outside of time and space before you came into a form where you're one with God. You have vohumana, the God mind. You can see all. And it said you stood outside, you heard the call of the earth, and you chose to come. God himself calls you a hero. And he said, you don't have to go, my child, because you're used to being in that pure light. Unmixed, undefiled, undiluted. It's again, the love without the hate, peace without the war. It's God good, the highest principle of good. But the earth was calling out. It said even the animals themselves, the earth, the animals, the people crying out, God, help. And you chose to come, and you saw your lifeline, the possibilities of your lifeline from beginning to end, and still chose to come. And Spirit said, I will bring you back to me. But showed us all the things, what it would be like that in our very genes and DNA, in the body we were about to enter. My friends, could be things physically, like high blood pressure, could be heart disease, right? But even on a morality level, there could be anger issues. There could be lust and perversions. There could be sins and errors passed in your very genes and DNA from great grandma and grandpa, mom and dad. You're going to be born into it. But it didn't make you separated from God. Didn't make you a dirty sinner. You brought that fire, that asha, that divine spark inside of you. My friends, that's the perfect creator's perfect idea. Not what you were born into, right? But you knew that fire in you, that truth would begin to remove that lie and illusion and distortion for the generations to come. Healing the earth, healing your children, healing those around you with that truth and that life and that light and that love. My friends, and so you don't need to be carrying around guilt that, well, Magus, I did this and I did that. Of course you did. We all have. And we knew it. We stood outside with the God mind and saw all the possibilities, my friends, of what we're going to be born into and what would happen. And you still chose to come. And you know what? I got to share this with you. This brings so many people peace. It said the evil spirit told God that he was going to destroy his creation, man. And God said it's impossible because God and man are one thing. And devil, you can't destroy me, so you can't destroy my man, my creation, my love. It is me, right? And then darkness, it's not even real, right? Light is real. When the light comes, the darkness just flees. There's no fight. My friends, and this is that God good. The evil spirit can't come in to God. And then it said he prayed Yata'ahu. God prayed. Think about that. If that don't blow your mind about what prayer is, it's not begging a deity higher than you. It's decreeing and declaring truth, just speaking truth. And the lie loses all of its power. And this is the first part of the secret of the Magi I wanted to share with you. If you just read word for word translation of Yata'ahu, the prayer that God prays, the 21 words, you wouldn't understand the magic and power, but it was passed verbally, my friends, for thousands of years. That's what's so beautiful about that flame of Asha. You know, in Iran, they've kept that same flame burning for 2,500 years. And what's beautiful about that is that they would bring their children every generation and they would pray these prayers and tell them what they mean. My friends, it said of Yata'ahu, when 1/3 is prayed, the evil spirit, right, which is the lie and illusion, which is distortion of truth, which is the wrong ideas of God, right? Those gods that get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. The lie, my friend, with 1/3 of the prayer prayed begins to get shaky. When 2/3 is prayed, the evil spirit falls to its knees. When the prayer is finished, the evil spirit is rendered nothing. Because when the truth is spoken, the lie, it's nothing, right? When light comes, the darkness is just gone. And so that should give you hope. There's no real devil. I've seen so many people set free from this. The devil isn't substance. It's not the capital R real. I know it can feel very real in that hell you built in your mind with those false gods and false stories that you've taken into yourself is your truth and you're living from it. My friends, but it's not real. It's not Asha. It's not the perfect creator's perfect. idea. In truth, you are perfect. You're a hero for coming here. And that light in you, as you let it shine, I always talk about like a needle on a gauge. It moves that gauge from the wrong idea of God to the right idea of God. It takes away some of that hate in the world and brings it to love. It takes away that war and brings it to peace. That as you let that fire burn in you. You know, the Magi, when we pray, we either look at the sun because it's bright and shining, and it's a representation of the truth, or we'll look at a fire or a candle. My friends, but there is a fire inside of you, that divine spark that is God, that is more beautiful than anything. If you'll just close your eyes and go inside and attune yourself to that place where you realize you come from God, you're made of God, you're God's stuff, and you're a hero for being here. You're not a dirty sinner. You shall never be separated from God, and God is so proud of you, and so am I. My friends, and your Magi that were, are, and shall be are here with you. And we shall be victorious. All right, we're going somewhere today, guys. You know what? Let's pray Yatahu. And I'm going to read to you from Osha 15. And someone's going to be set free today. If you're dealing from anxiety, depression, OCD, it's going away today, my friends. As that fire of truth comes and removes the light. The light comes and the darkness flees. My friends, health is coming, and sickness and disease dies in the presence of the Spirit of health, Harvatat, Emeritat, God, life. My friends, my God, Yata'uhu Vario. Think of this. Picture the Magi for thousands of years teaching their children the prayer that God prays. Yata'uhu Vario Ataratush Ashachitacha Vangush Dazda Manango Shatana Mangush Mazdai Sharthremchai Ahurai Ayimdre Gubio Vastarem. My friends, the darkness is gone. The lie is removed. Truth has come. Asha 15 says, tell the truth. I love this. Most people, when they hear tell the truth, they're thinking don't lie to others. But this is something much more foundational. My friends, this is the perfect thought from the perfect mind of the perfect God. It's the true world, the capital T true world, the capital R real world above all that seems real, my friends. And we want to only agree with this truth. This is how we tell the truth. We speak the truth. We testify the truth. We don't testify the lie and illusion, my friends. We only agree with what is ultimately good and real. Now, we're not denying that difficulties exist, but we're not giving those difficulties authority, right? We're refusing to validate distortion. You are always testifying. Every thought you accept, every story you repeat, every label you agree with. My friends, you got to ask yourself the question, are you speaking the truth? Are you just repeating stories that were given to you? That God goes in and kills men, women, and children. Stone your child when they're disrespectful. Right? Send sickness and disease. Well, my friends, stop speaking over reality and the good with distortion that they call God. My friends, if it ain't good, it ain't God. It's that simple. And it's so easy because inside of you is a divine spark that knows good is good and bad is bad. My friends, there's no confusion. If you hear a voice that says, sacrifice your child to prove your obedience to me, you say, heck no, because that ain't good, so that ain't God, and you rebuke that voice. You tell it to be gone, my friends, and you shine the light of truth, the perfect Creator's perfect idea. Asha, if it ain't the perfect Creator's perfect idea, if it ain't good, if it ain't love, if it ain't peace, joy, power, freedom, I don't want it. My friends, choose truth. Speak the truth with your very life. My friends, and here's where people, they get lost in the distortion, the lie, and illusion. And they do this unconsciously. They start speaking the lie. They start saying things like they feel hopeless, right? They're hopeless. They're stuck. That life is against them. And they just speak the the lie, maybe not even out loud, but it's just in their own mind, my friends. And it creates a living hell. It's creating a reality, but it's not the capital T truth. It's not the real above all real. It's not the perfect creator's perfect idea. You got to watch how you speak to yourself. Listen to this. I love this. It says, testify, giving true witness, a man will be saved. This is getting set free from OCD, depression, anxiety. Oh, please hear this. Please tune in for, just listen to this. Only think and speak truth to yourself. You're not talking to anyone else. You're speaking to yourself. We're always talking to ourselves. Only think and speak truth to yourself, and it will form. That is true. But guess what? If you think and speak the lie to yourself, it will form. If you tell yourself you're nothing, right? That'll begin to be manifest in your life. If you think you're stuck, if you think you're hopeless, if you think life is against you, my friends, and you're speaking that over and over to yourself, that you're no good, my friends, that is a lie. You literally are good because you come from God good. You are God good stuff. That's exactly what you're made of. That divine spark. You're not your past failures, mistakes, sins, and errors. You knew when you were born in this body, this form, those things would be in you. My friends, quit beating yourself up for it. You knew it. You're not a dirty sinner. You're a hero, and we're proud of you. And the Magi are cheering for you, and God is cheering for you. And it's not a mistake you found this video today. Think God's highest idea of truth, Asha, and you will live. Keep the power of truth in mind. There's power in truth. Just like we're talking about, it's the prayer God prays. He's just speaking truth. Yatahu Vario. I am the light and darkness cannot enter. I am that pure love that those low frequencies of hate, fear, greed cannot even come into this atmosphere. I am Harvatat, divine health, and sickness and disease dies when it touches me. I am a Meritat, God, life. Start speaking truth. My friends, you are the perfect creators. Perfect idea. And there is no separation. You cannot be separated from your God, your good. It says, make this truth your model. Zarathustra is always talking about attuning yourself. Is that God, that Mazda, it's a tuning fork, and it's always singing the true song, love, peace, joy, that all good God. You attune yourself to that song where your very life sings it. You become a living prayer, my friends. And the world changes. Starts with your thoughts, good words. The good deeds will follow. The creation will follow. The world will mirror what is in you. Make it your model, then trust God. I love this. And then just let it be. Because it already is. You'll see it already is. Asha is the foundation of the world. It's the true world, my friends. And as we just get rid of those wrong stories about who God is and who we are, you see the truth. Life is beautiful. It's a gift. It's so perfect. I love this part. Get this. Don't worry. Let me just stop right there. Do you know when you worry, you're praying for the worst outcome? Yeah, because you're believing, right? It's a prayer. Inside your heart of hearts, you're believing something bad's coming. Now you're adding strong emotion, fear. My friends, emotions, fear, belief. It's a prayer. It's black magic. My friends, it says, don't worry. Don't strive to make something happen, right? You can't kick the door down for this. It says, just align. This is the only thing you can do. Go into that Asha, that fire in the fire temple. You are the temple. That fire, that Asha, that truth, that divine spark is in you. You attune yourself to it. You restored God's image to just good. Not like the religions that followed where God's mixed, right? He can heal you or send sickness and disease. He can create you or send you to hell, right? He can love you or hate. This God is just good. We attune ourselves. Then we be like daddy or mommy, whatever you want to see it as. You know, it's spirit. It's not a man or a woman. It's the spirit of the highest principle of good. It's love. Tune yourself to that love. And this love, it's unconditional. You don't have to earn this love. There's nothing you have to do. All God can do is love his children. So proud of you for being brave enough to step into this body and see, Daddy, let's see if I can make a difference. Let's see if I can bring more love, more light, more truth. So proud of you. The Magi, instead of the prayer of Shemvahu, another secret of the Magi, word for word translation, you'd never see it passed down orally. 1/3 of a Shemvahu's prayed, you partner with that all good God. You set down one of those mixed monster gods, because you'll never rise above your image of God. So if your God gets angry, jealous, hate, war, kills men, women, children, can have little women, sex slaves, can just those horrible things, you'll be just like that. You'll be mixed. If you'll restore God's image, set down those false ideas of God, restore to his highest principle of good, right? That's the first third of a Shemvahu, taking in that all good spirit. When 2/3 is prayed, you partner with the Magi, get this, that are right now, and are still haven't even been born yet. They're still up in heaven, getting ready to come down. They're looking at their lifeline and thinking, I want to go. I want to be a part of this. My friends, you partner with them. So they're with you, believing with you, making sure even when you mess up, they're picking you back up. You got this, brother. You got this, sister. We're going to do this. Asha is. It says when the prayer is finished, all the holy spells, meaning every prayer that was prayed, is being prayed right now, and it hasn't even been thought up yet. The Magi coming are going to come up with, my friends, it all becomes yours, meaning we can't lose. Even the Magi in the future, my friends, their prayers are ours. We see and know all. We're all part of that God mind, that vohumana. And we already are victorious. Asha already is. We're just removing those false stories and veils that are keeping people from seeing the real world, the true world. I have fallen in love with our little book, The Gathas of Zoroaster, and Song 8, verse 5 and 6 talks about more of that secret of the Magi. It says, the wise know the secret prayer to align with Vohumana, the God mind, the good mind, and let Asha give what is due. That's everything. My friends, we're not begging, again, a deity in the sky, right? We pray just like Daddy, Yatahu. The wise know the secret prayer to align with the God mind, the good mind, and let Asha give what is due. When you become perfectly attuned to love, you're the frequency of love, my friends, it rushes to you. You rush to it. You come together. It's cosmic law. Again, though, if you're not speaking the truth, that's speaking the truth. That's Asha 15. That's testifying the truth. If you're testifying the lie is rushing to you. You understanding? Verse 6, when I live in truth, the world lives kindly toward me. Peace greets me in every face. For what I am within shines forth as what I meet without. And that is the magic of the Magi right there. My friends, I love you so much. Would you like to join us here at the Order of the Magi? Pray a Shemvahu with me. And picture you're accepting that all good spirit. You're partnering with the Magi that were, are, and shall be. And every prayer, spell, when we say spell, that's when we decree and declare truth. And the darkness flees. My friends, it all becomes yours. You become one with that. That's a true Zoroastrian. And Zarathustra said, when the world gets this Asha, this truth, and we hold it, my friends, Frasho Kredi, we see the real world. Asha actualized, heaven on earth. Hashem vahu vahastemasti usta amai yatishai vestai Hashem. And all the Magi said, Asha is. And I love you.
believe in the truth that you can see. Oh, worship, I love you so. In your pages, light does flow. From your tales, my heart has grown.